Yeah, just incredible, man. My first time at the Berkshire Hathaway shareholder meeting. So went out there with our buddy Jay Duran and met some incredible people, man. Met some folks from Australia, some business owners that are part of the Berkshire family. Just tons of people, man. It was such a great time, but learned so much. When you go to something like that, getting to see the city of Omaha, how those guys have made an impact on it. Warren and Charlie, both natives of Omaha, and then how that shareholder meeting just takes over that city, man. It was cool to see.
What was your biggest takeaway from that? Just like looking at, how they've built Berkshire Hathaway and like looking at that, like it's an incredible.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway consistently was, I kept saying to Jay, like, give us 60 years and see what we do, right? Because it was, and that's an incredible company. Like, it's probably the greatest business story on the planet, arguably, right? And so, take nothing away from them. But that's what, my biggest takeaway was. That's what 60 plus years of consistent, disciplined, hard work and, doing the right things and, making sound decisions. That's what that does. And I think that, a lot of times in today's world, like, we're kind of told to, exit businesses, retire by a certain age. We want to be done by the age of 50, all the things that people throw around. And when I walked into that room, I got a completely different perspective of that. It was like, man, the hard work that we put in, we don't have to walk away from that. We can do it a different way. We can, stick around and really enjoy the fruits of the labor. And that's the biggest lesson that I walked away with is like, dude, we all need to look a little further down the road than what we do probably. We're so worried about this month or this year, and sometimes we don't look far enough down the road to be able to actually realize like how small the problems are that we have today.
In the words of Jordan Belfort, I ain't leaving.
Yeah,
I
that's
ain't
right.
leaving.
I ain't leaving.
No, that's incredible, dude. I in talking with you, that's what you shared with me, and I've really been thinking about that over the past.
Yeah, that's going to be a real dinger for you.
When you're 25, dude.
Yeah, well, I'll be 45 here in a couple of days, and when you're 25, you can't even wrap your mind around like 80 more years of work. Like, how the hell am I going to pull that off, right? Like, you just think like, man, how's that going to happen? But and I talked to a lot of guys that were, really successful in business, and they were in their 60s and 70s, and they talked about how what were the hardest years. And so when you're in the middle of building something, you really feel that, and for somebody your age, it's got to be like a real mind twist to like be able to look down the road that far. You're like, damn, man, that's a long time. Like, how am I going to do this, right? But that's the whole point is like, you don't have to be in such a hurry, right? Mm-hmm. Like, to exit or cash in or, do whatever. These guys have if you look at the wealth that they've accumulated over time, most of Warren's wealth was accumulated after the age of 55.
100%.
Yeah, pretty crazy to think about.
I'm excited to look back on this episode, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now and say, hey, remember that podcast episode that we talked about,
I'm just excited you'll have some gray hair and wrinkles by then.
Might have a beard. Who knows? Might not look like a baby. Well, that's amazing, dude. That's incredible. And it just, it shows in how you've ran this place and how you've led this place too and at the Pavement Group and how you're leading One Team Media and top contractor school and just building everything and having it all come together, and how we think about things and how we think about issues and working through them and servicing clients and working with and servicing our contractors and vendors as well and partners. And, it all kind of goes together with that long-term thought process of what we're going to do. So.